I'm Chief of Operations, and I make sure that everything runs smoothly on a day-to-day basis.
Hi, I'm Maria. I am the Vice President and the Creative Director.
Hi, I'm Ahmad. I'm the Secretary, and I'm in charge of marketing coordination.
Hi, I'm Amra. I'm the Treasury and I'm the Chief Information Officer.
So the main problem of traveling. This is Susan on the left, and that's Dave to the right. Susan is a middle-aged businesswoman who enjoys traveling. Upon arrival to Los Angeles International Airport, she notices that her bag is missing and not at the carousel. After asking airline customer support for help, she notices that her bag still isn't there, and after 4.5 hours of waiting, her bag still is not there. And this is Dave. He enjoys traveling with his family, and he's on vacation. Just like Susan, his bag is also missing, and he finds that airline customer service was no help to him. Because he has to purchase new luggage and clothing, his vacation budget can be used to have fun, much to his children's demise. If only there was a way to track luggage.
Our product is Bean. Bean is a rentable luggage tracking device that efficiently locates your belongings at the airport. As we progress, we will be adding vending machines around airports for easy access and return service for our customers. With the swipe of a credit card, our customers will be able to rent Bean for the duration of their trip and return it upon arrival. If you lose Bean, you can contact customer service and we can direct you to it, and if necessary, send you a screenshot of where it is located. Our customer is our #1 priority.
So for the first semester, our market size has actually changed. Before, our TAM encompassed all U.S. domestic flights, and we figured that it was too broad to be able to capture a specific customer segment. So it has instead changed, and it's down to 7 million, and that encompasses all flyers out of O'Hare annually. Our SAM has also changed, and it's all American airline flyers out of the United States, or out of O'Hare, excuse me. We've decided to target a specific airline, mainly because it would be too difficult to place vending machines near all gates. And also, since American has been established as a credible airline, if we put our vending machine near them, we can also be established as a trustworthy brand. And our market share is about 180,000, and that encompasses all casual travelers.
Our competition tracked what we originally wanted to model our product after. We used their MVP pitch money on purchasing 2 track dots, and we wanted to test them out to see their flaws and see what we could improve off of. One of their major flaws was they never mentioned that you had to pay the additional $25 just to activate the track dot. When we purchased the track dot, we were not aware of that, and we were never able to use it due to the fact that we had to pay the extra $25. So we figured thought paying $75 just to track your luggage down, and most people aren't frequent travelers, they only fly 1 to 2 times a year, would be too expensive. That's why we wanted to have a renting system, which would allow people who don't fly frequently to have the ability to use the tracker.
So as part of our MVP, we conducted surveys, and we recorded over 80 responses. Each was sent out about 10, and then those people that took the surveys sent out even more. So as Ahmad said, we found that people don't really travel frequently, so it would be a waste of money to purchase a tracker. And so that told us that we needed to switch to a rental service, so people would end up saving money. Additionally, 85% of people said that it would be easier to rent a Bean from the airport. Before, we were going to rent Beans to people from an online platform and simply have them ship it and return, but we decided that that would be too much of a hassle and it wouldn't be convenient, whereas the vending machine in the airport would provide customers with convenience and ease of access. Also, from our survey, 36% of people have wasted time looking for their luggage, while 26% has actually lost their bags. Now, this is an issue because it tells us that our problem's still out there, and airline customer service or TrackDot hasn't solved this problem, which we are working to do.
Okay. We've given our customers surveys to give us comments and concerns about our product. One of the comments that we've gotten is if we are able to give them a specific color for their luggage that's a match. And one of the concerns is for the pricing.
Our market share is casual travelers out of O'Hare. We will be placing ads in technology and travel magazines in order to get the word of our product out. And some of the incentives we are including are referral codes for our customers who introduce our product to others and special holiday discounts.
Our financial For year one, we expect to make $25,000 in revenue and own 2.2% of the market. We expect to own 2.2% because we're the only tracking company that advertises and sells our product in the airport. By year two, we expect to increase by 0.6% and make over $25,000 in revenue. By year three, we expect to be a somewhat established company in the airport and make $32,000 in money.
In order to gain, generate revenue, we will be charging our customers $10.99 per bean rental, which includes the service charge. By gaining more revenue, we will be putting vending machines in O'Hare airports. By our anchoring pricing, for anchor pricing, this will keep our pricing strategies able for our frequent flyers to have a annual subscription.
Okay, so this here is our capital breakdown. So you can see our startup costs total about $20,000. So we would want to put vending machines in each of the top 5 airports, which are Atlanta, O'Hare, Los Angeles, Colorado, and JFK. And so we've contacted vending machine companies, and each of them said that a vending machine would cost about $5,000, $6,000. So if we put them in the top 5, estimated that'd be about $20,000. And our maximum cumulative losses are $20,000 because if for some reason the vending machine doesn't work out, we can break even, and then the liquidity cushion would also cover that.
In order to be successful, we will need to set up a professional phone number, and this is significant to our business, so our customers have a landline to reach out to in case they encounter a problem, which is highly unlikely. We will also need laptops in order to track and municipal fees.
Our exit strategy. Within our first 3 years, we would expect to have a financial buyer invest into our company. Having a financial buyer invest into our company would open up new market, considering they know people that can expand us, and that will help us generate more revenue.
Peace of mind sprouts when your bags aren't out in the back. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yes,
Very good tagline.
I've got a couple questions. What does the bean look like? What is the,
It's a 5x4 little square box that just has it's the size of your palm.
it goes inside the bag or?
Yeah,
is it-
inside the
inside
bag.
the bag.
It's like placed on top of like your clothes or anything.
Okay.
So
Do you-
that does, sorry,
Go
go ahead.
ahead. Do you guys, is the bean, you're gonna make the bean?
Yeah, we got like we're using a polycarbonate mold to make it because it's like we're putting it inside like airport things, and TSA would be like difficult, and we don't want like anything bad to happen. So polycarbonate is like a stronger material than plastic, so we have a cost for it, but they won't just make one. If you're gonna order one, they make like a 1,000.
Right. And did you put the cost on there, or did, like I
Yeah,
feel like
it's
you
in
had the cost of the vending machines, I didn't know like the cost of the actual bean itself. Can you go back to that?
Here, it's on the
That's on the
Yeah,
sheet.
we have it on the
Sorry,
sheet.
I got it on the sheet, sorry.
Who's manning the phone? So if somebody had an issue, you mentioned like initially, just somewhere between the 4 of you, there's the number in it.
So is there a product like this already?
Yeah, TrackDot, but they're like, I guess they're kind of like a work in progress too, because they're also creating new ways to make their product better, but their product, like, you have to pay the $25 just to use it, that's every year, and with that 25, their app is like very difficult to use too, because half the time your TrackDot doesn't really show up onto it, because we were testing it out over here and it wouldn't show up on the thing, it wouldn't sync,
But what was it called?
TrackDot.
Did you ever hear something called Tile?
Tile
Yes,
is
yes.
it's for like keys and stuff. The TrackDot is built for luggage.
Oh, okay, this says, because I had heard about it in the news, and it says it's for luggage, but that's fine.
And
It's
additionally,
interesting.
the way that we distinguish ourselves from TrackDot is But they're only available for purchase, and ours are rentable, so that makes it more convenient for those that don't travel all the time.
So now if you did rental, you gotta pick it up at one airport and drop it off at the destination.
Well, if we don't have vending machines at every airport, which we obviously won't in year one, we're gonna have this thing where users can easily print a return label, so it would be free to them and they could just ship it back.
Or they could return it at the beginning, like when they come back.
Yeah.
I didn't see a cost for any kind of, fees that the airport might charge to put the vending machine in, or their, rental space, or, any fees associated with
It varies, like at O'Hare, it kinda depends on the location too, but we had like a estimate, we emailed the O'Hare, customer service, and they said it would cost around, like, it would be a range from $3,000 to $6,000 depending on your location.
And how does so once I get the bean after I'm at the vending machine, how do I hook it up? What's the syncing process?
Oh, it has a unique code on it, so it has a unique serial code, you just have to put it in your bag, and then once you land, we can send out the information to you.
Okay, so I just put it in my bag, and then when I get to my destination, and I can't find my luggage, then I would call you and then you would send it to me,
Yeah,
or?
if you couldn't find it, or we can also just send a text to you immediately, even if your luggage is there, we can just send a text out to you, telling you where it is.
So how are you locating it? Using your phone?
We have an RFID tracker in it, and
Okay.
we can locate it through computers.
So that was my point, you are locating it through the laptop because you're not expecting the customer having a laptop. So when you locate it, you call the customer, how does that communication or conversation happen?
Because when they rent our tracker, they also give us their phone number, or email, whichever is easier for them to use.
So initial.
I see.
So someone's gotta be on call 24/7?
So the
Who wrote this
customer
out?
doesn't, it's not like an app where they locate it, they say, oh, it's over there. It's you locating it for them and telling them where
Well,
it
we would
is?
later like to make an app, but as like a startup company, apps are over $40,000 to make, so we want to work off computers to start off, and then eventually we want to make an app and develop an app that would work, but as a startup, we would like to go off us.
Did you said that you wanted to put your vending machines close to American Airlines, did you guys try contacting them to see if they would be interested, and then like the customer service when you were checking your bags, be interested in offering the bean, or you just wanna go with the vending machine? Yeah, so like if I am the customer service, I'm the one that's working at American Airlines, like could somebody, I was thinking instead of the vending machines, did you guys contact to see how much it would be for like American Airlines to offer you the bean while I was checking in my luggage?
That's why we would actually have financial buyers, because you're a startup company, and most big airlines won't really invest in you right away.
Okay.
So if we had a financial buyer invest in us and they had connections to American Airlines, they could help make that happen. But we did think about that. But as a startup company, it's really hard to make happen because most big companies aren't willing to invest in such a small name.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause when you talk about marketing, in certain publications, I was thinking if I book my tickets through like Cheap Tickets or Orbitz or something, that's where I would wanna see it, to know like, oh, I can pay for this now, and when I get to the airport, pick it up, enter code, pick it up through the vending. It's one of the thoughts I had is at the time of bookings when I'm spending my money on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So your money's coming directly from the consumer, right, through the rental. Can you go back to the slide which shows that exit and market money or something? Right. So what does this mean when you say exit multiple 21.1 and money multiple 5.8?
So we put our year 5 projections into an Excel document, basically just calculated it for us. So, the projections. Okay, yeah, so year 1 was 25,000 in fuel, et cetera. So when we put it into the document, that's the number that it spit out.
Yeah, but I don't see the 5.8 being spit out somewhere in your calculation here, right? Yeah, go back there.
Right there.
Right. You said 21.1 and 5.8.
Is that because it's 5 years?
What
Just
does it,
three?
what does it mean? Just explain in words what it means.
Multiple.
Yeah. 21.1.
I think the 5.8 was how much we wanted to multiply the money we invested into the company by. Like
So
that's
it's
how,
your return you're saying, it's your return on
yeah,
investment?
that's how much we
what
wanted
you
to get
want?
back instead.
And then your exit multiple is the return if you sell the
Yeah, if
company.
we sell the company just straight up to another company, we would expect like 21.1 times of the money we invested into it.
I have a question for you guys. When you say luggage gets lost, I think you had a number, 25% of people lose their luggage, is that correct? Do you mean they lose it forever, or eventually it comes back to them?
Well, like it wasn't in the terminal that they were at, so it might have got like mixed up or something, and they located it later. But
How long does it usually take? What did your research tell you?
it just depends like how long it took the airline, the company, people to find it.
Okay, so then my question becomes, if you can track my luggage for me and you find it, what are we doing with that information?
You could either tell the airline people where it is and show them through the thing.
Is that my problem, or are you helping me do that?
Well,
We wouldn't be able to like bring your luggage to, but you would at least know where your luggage is.
But but then it's my responsibility to say my tracker says it's here and I have to call United and I take care of it from there. But at least I know.
That's one of the things, right? Because if they don't have a connection to the airline to help you get to the right person who will actually look
Right.
to see that it's where you think it is.
Right, and I'm gonna be calling forever trying to, even though I know, I think it's a great idea. But even though I know my luggage is, I'm going to California, but my luggage is in New York. Okay, by this time I'm losing my mind, I need my luggage. Just maybe come up with something to make it a little bit
Yeah.
easier for me.
we would like to do that, but like especially we don't have any sort of connection to United or anything, so it'd be hard to make that happen. But for future things, if we can get a good connection with one of the major airlines, we could be able to make that happen. But especially the startup, it'd be hard to do. And if you were to lose your bag, we can't really contact an airline saying that one of our customers lost a bag because we have no connection with that airline to get it.
Usually when we talk to potential customers, they told us that, like if they lose their luggage, the airlines would just tell them that they wouldn't like give them the exact location, which would make it more inconvenient. So with our product being, they would like give you an exact location of where it is.
So the benefit of the product is that you have information about it. It doesn't necessarily get it to you any faster. It's
But like
just
you have
that you know
where
where it
it'll
is.
be.
Time for maybe one or two more questions? Or else they can,
I have
Go
a
ahead.
question about the money, because on the sheet it said 15,000 to 80, but the startup cost you 55,000. So which is the amount of money that you're gonna be seeking?
We're seeking the 15,000, the
Yeah.
This one, 280, 15,000, 280.
yeah, so that'd be the number that we're seeking. This was just to tell you what it would look like if we were putting the vending machines at 5 airports.
Okay, so this is an example of, okay.
So, I didn't understand the rest of them, if you're seeking 15,280, what happens to the 55,000 requirement? Where is,
Could you repeat that, please?
so I'm trying to see where the gap is, right? You're putting here total use of capital is 55 grand, but you're seeking 15,280.
Okay.
So the difference is coming from somewhere?
So we didn't feel that the liquidity cushion and maximum cumulative losses would be necessary. So we only put in what we would need right away to start up.
Which is the 20 grand?
No, it's the 15,280.
But out here it says 20 grand, right, startup cost?
Yes, okay, so that would be if we wanted to put them in the 5 largest airports, but could you go to the so the cost is lower because first we want to validate this would actually work. So we would only be putting them in 2 airports, that'd be O'Hare and JFK. So that lowers the cost.
Okay, but just from looking at the overall thing, right, the consistency was missing, right? So somehow you have to be consistent. If you're saying 15,220 and that's your startup cost, then it should reflect in the table which says, which which says that, or there should be a comment which says, it's because it's 5 airports or whatever. Right, so because nobody's looking for perfect accurate numbers, but they would look for some consistency in the numbers, right, between starts, just the feedback.
With the $500 for the polystyrene manufacturing, what about the electronics that go into it?
We have the cost for it. Get the things in bulk. It costs $15 just to get all the stuff in bulk. So it'd be $15 for 100. So we can get for every 500 molds we make, we can get another 500 pieces for all the technology we have.
So like the chip or whatever it
Yeah.
is that goes into the.
All right, I'm gonna have to cut them off there. The questions, I drilled you pretty good there. You guys did a really good job. You can breathe a little bit now. They came after you pretty good. That's what I've instructed them to do. So you guys did a good job.
You did an
Good
excellent
job.
job.
Just remember to speak a little louder, sometimes
Yeah.
just speak louder, you did good.
It's hard, I know. It's
No, I woke up with my voice.
Well, that
so-
doesn't help.
All right, we can shake hands and thank them.
Good job. Nice job.
Good job.
Nice job.
Good job.
Nice job.
Nice job.
Good job.
Nice job. Good, great.
Nice job.
Nice job, great.
Good job.
Can we get a picture, yes, with Quan? With the mentor? Mrs. Griffin, you wanna?
Yeah.
Here, we'll throw, what we'll do is we'll put this back up here. If you guys just wanna go over again by the screen, we'll get a picture of all you
But
guys.
it's good to give them. Otherwise,
All right, ready? 1, 2. All right. Gotcha.
This is nothing.
And this paper.
How do you feel? Thank you. Jerry Garcia. Good questions. You did a really good job of kind of recovering. You did. You did. You're full of nice. You did a really good job. Kind of on the spot.
When we made it up, we had the numbers.
in the same
Yeah.
city.
I remembered it
You
when.
were here over the weekend, weren't you?
How do you guys feel about it? Happy to work.
Your son helped me
Yeah.
out. Obviously, you know,
What we were doing,
We have a big job. We have the quicker responsibility. That's the nerve wracking
This is
one.
not for this or for
The last group, it was all over the place, like they kept they were nervous, so they kept like they had built our house. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna put you in the media center so that they can discuss, some of the things. Tomorrow, as a class, we'll talk, about who kind of goes on, I'll give you some feedback that they gave you, they have little, sheets that I'll give you, they're ready to. How about you guys? Yeah. So if you know, why don't we just go out that way and then we can just sit on there. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
So guys,
So then once we got them on, we take the plywood. Wow, so they're not functional.
we're just fired.
Huh?
Like, first,
I know, it's,
Fired. But anyway.
they're like the quiet worker
Yeah.
bees, like they're always over there, a little worried about them, they're ask them questions, they answer them.
Right.
She is really bright, yeah, I'm actually gonna.
That was like my first job.
She's
I
like she really is.
don't have to grab my coffee.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
What I would do is.
And it's funny, because it's almost like,
On
this is
my,
like the
the
ones you
sticker
sit
they put
down.
on the bag,
Right, I'm like,
that's the only
Never
thing
first
that's
time
included in this.
Right.
Yeah, the whole group is just quiet.
The airport has
I
the
thought you did a good job.
And
They were definitely, the advisors did a good job of finding the areas that they were kind of
Yeah, but right there.
And unfortunately, like,
Yeah, I didn't see the presentation, final presentation today.
That, like, you're gonna put it right there.
Different lines.
I know,
Seen over the weekend.
that's the
Yeah.
thing, like the same
Yeah.
thing, I actually, they presented to me last week, I gave them some feedback, and I didn't make many of the changes I gave them.
It's nice because
Oh, okay. I thought-
John Featherston,
Yeah,
John emailed his old
Yeah.
because they were supposed to finish two,
Well,
3 days ago.
we had luggage.
Yeah.
Usually later,
That was my other question,
Look at the
like,
numbers and
Yeah.
stuff.
when you
I think
ask
one
the
of
same
the
thing, like,
things that next year I'm gonna
Wait,
incorporate more of
if
is
more people lost it, but like,
checkpoints
was it
with
gone forever?
mentors for
Did it ever come back?
Oh,
Did it
right.
ever
Well,
stay
we
there?
just-
The bonus
if-
bonus.
if
Yeah,
it's-
but I mean, yeah, anytime
Right.
I lost it, it always
If
comes
they're
back.
saying that
you guys
25% never
document when you
comes
need them
back,
and
well,
make
then
it
this is
more-
really
they
legit,
just need a
because
little
then I'm
more
willing to wait.
structure.
Right.
It's the first
But
year.
it always
You
comes
guys
back.
here?
Yeah, we're all learning, I mean, we're always learning, so it's.
Yeah, they know, yeah, they just don't give you.
But are you gonna hang out for a couple
Yeah,
more?
it's- it's-
They still came in for
Right.
more?
Not to make, some
Right,
deliveries
buy your
to,
things to leave,
one of the.
wear your luggage
Yeah,
to
right.
But I mean,
To a school, but
I
that's
think
at
it's great
11.
that the kids.
What time does it
are
finish?
giving me hard on
They're
them.
coming in at
They're
10:10,
thinking it's
the
true,
next
and
group will be
that-
here
But some of
You know.
it, they
I thought they had
don't,
responses, though.
unless they talk to the airlines, right?
at. Let me see, I can't remember.
Blame them for not.
My life, my
Oh,
life
yeah,
has been a
no.
whirlwind here, let me
I
see
mean,
who that
it's
next group
interesting to
is.
see, well, how much research did you do?
And it's back to
These
regular
numbers
class start
that
time
being
tomorrow.
put- to go a little bit
Well, today is our
deeper
regular
on
schedule.
that,
Right.
Uh-huh.
Before, when we did the MVPs, it was a little difficult today, but you know, it was like,
Get in playing off
7
the
o'clock.
I
credibility.
felt bad for our board of
Yeah.
advisors, because they had to
Yeah.
constantly be,
Yeah.
it was like one after another, we didn't have time really to eat, so this is, a little bit better.
And then I got
Alright.
So tomorrow's class time is at 20, oh, 8:25.
Yeah, tomorrow will be 8:25, yeah.
I'd like to hear some of the feedback.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think I have anything going on tomorrow.
But not that this team, that was the.
Awesome.
Bloody Mary started at 11.
That one in the corner.
And then Wednesday, we have the Special Leisure Services Foundation.
Let's see, let's
So I have to go to that. Then I think I'm gonna
let's
go
see who's
out.
next here, I think it might be the girls.
Flight down to Dawson Trail.
Are the, and the girls, are the girls next? Okay. Yeah, the girls should be pretty good.
And your role is.
Wednesday,
we have to help everybody?
No, couple of lessons.
Oh, okay, teach them like this, marketing or,
Cyber technology.
gotcha.
We did a couple different ones, I did marketing, we did.
It's a happy time of year.
operations.
I did the tech ops and the work.
I think this they gave me on Friday, and then you can have a chance to, I think all of them are not gonna be.
Yeah.
It's all gonna be different.
Their number was, they matched one of their strengths, they matched the
Sure,
other
this
one.
thing was always, but clearly what you said, the leadership, there's always the leadership.
Everybody also has to
Well,
Like
they,
you made a number.
yeah.
pick up a little bit more when they
Well, I
hear
mean,
about
that's
this
the
or that.
thing, where they're at, we taught them accounting in 3 days, so.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, when it gets to be
This and not that.
a ton of the questions are gonna be on the number side, that's really what it's all
Well,
about.
right, sort of like.
That's something that I think needs to change for next year, because we
It was like,
talk
it was
about
a leader that you buy.
And I feel like
What's
this
that
is-
about hiring people?
Especially when they're starting out, they know, hopefully they know that they're gonna show out their time and effort to do.
I've heard of
It's
studies
not like you were gonna hire somebody day one.
Yeah,
And there was one a while ago.
Just
Yeah.
some of the
I've heard of that.
So,
break,
but
do
the way
is
that
after the girls, get a quick
Yeah,
order,
but
and I'll just
No,
put it
no.
up, and you're all
anyway,
like,
so
guess
then
what?
they
Quick
said,
eat.
then the backpack.
I wasn't talking, I wasn't
Then
trying
they
to
said
lose
that
sleep.
at the last hit, that the backpack, it changed just the insert backpack. Because they realized the backpacks themselves were gonna be.
You don't have to be quiet, nobody's presenting, you can come in, you can come in, just slam the door.
How are you?
Hi, thanks, how are you?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Great energy.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
All right.
Thanks for your help today. Sure.
So what do you think so far, you're going after that group pretty good,
Yeah.
I like
well,
it.
I just want them to think a little more, right?
You gotta make the numbers make sense.
Well, I think it's a great idea, but it has to morph. It cannot stay in the way. You know, I said, reach out to me and I'll explain what my CIO friend said, but I don't think they asked me anything.
The question that Anna asked, I think, is one of the things that I mentioned, it's like, you need to think about who's gonna, I think it's gonna be better to go through an airline.
Right.
So like when they're sitting there, it's a revenue stream for the
Exactly.
airline. So when they're sitting there, you're checking your bag and be like, oh, would you like a tracker?
And the airline has the money to give you.
Right, right, as opposed to just a vending machine, and then you could just have it underneath like you're waiting to get a table at a restaurant. Here, throw that in there.
They're saying
$10,
that it's a
$5,
separate
whatever
line
it is.
If you're doing a vending machine, you're just stopping there first before you.
And these days, like I was saying, calling and all is old hat, right? If you don't have an app which the people can use on the phone, forget it. It's not gonna go far.
Yeah, I think they're trying to balance the cost.
No, forget about the cost.